Good morning, fellow Nigerians, and of course, people of conscience around the world. I am George Onyibe, a simple society value advocate in a time like this. This wonderful morning, I want us to look at a message I simply titled, What It Takes to Be a Man, If You Are a Man. And of course, following a different narrative this morning. Because you see, in this game, should I say it's a game? In this very life, in this very world, when the cycle of life is disrupted, everybody will fail. And this is one truth we all have to embrace. Nature itself has ensured that this must happen. I say, in the circle of life, if one person fails, all of us will fail. And most people will ask, is developed nations not failing as much as African countries have failed? And many people will have many explanations to ask, but don't be in a hurry. If you watch Nigerian, for instance, in the presence of our fathers, a lot of things are going wrong. And that is because somewhere along the line, something failed. But let me not try to sound biased or go paying attention to people who are inconsequential as far as this mission is concerned. But let me move on a little bit on a very neutral ground to talk to the children. This topic, the theme is simply family, but we are focusing on the man. If you are a child, pay attention closely. And if you are a man, get ready for the inevitable end. And by the grace of God, tomorrow, we shall look at the aspect of the woman. And then eventually, we will see the position of the children in relationship to the overall family. And now, if you look at the family as a man, a Nigerian songwriter once said, you must be ready to lay good foundation as a man. Because to be a man is not a day job. A lot of things have gone wrong because many men don't know they are men and they are not ready for what is coming for them as a man. And that is why they are not able to stand up to their responsibility or somewhere along the line compromise the whole system. Now let me use a tree to create the position of the man for you in the society. It's not a journey for the faint of heart. When they say you are a man, you are a man. And now there was this little baby. Let me use the story to create the scenario. When he was born, there was a very beautiful apple tree in their compound. And so the boy would go around the apple tree every day when he was young. He plays with the tree, plays with the flower. And then as he grew older, the tree has brought out branches. The boy will return to the tree after school. He will climb on the branches, play. And then when he grew a little bit older, the apple tree has started bearing fruit. The boy at the same time will return to the tree every day and season to pluck the apples. It got to a stage the boy grew older and he does not need to play with the apple flower. There was no need to play or climbing the tree, and so he started avoiding the tree. All this while the tree was happy because the boy was always around it. And so it took a long time. The boy did not return to the tree. And one day the boy came. And the tree said to the boy, I've not seen you for a while. The boy say, you see, I am old now. I'm a mature man now. I can't be climbing and playing around mango tree. That is why you have not seen me. The apple tree said, it's okay. But was still happy that the man came back. It took some time later. The man did not return again. And then later on, the man came after many years. And the tree said to the man, it's been a while. I have not seen you. What happened? And the man said, you know, I've been working very hard to cater for my family, and that is why I cannot come. And you see now, I have raised my family. I want to build a house for them. I just don't have enough money to raise this building. And the tree said to the man, you can cut my branches. Use them to build a house for your family. And the man was happy. And the man cut off the branches of the tree and then went to build a house for his family. And he didn't return again. The tree was sad. And then many years later, he came back and the tree was still happy and said, oh, you finally remember me. It's been a while since you cut off my branch to build a house for your family. I've not seen you again. The man said, you see, now I am in international relationship, doing business that makes me travel around the world. Actually looking for how to build a boat that I will use in going to other locations. He needed a boat. The tree said, now I cannot offer you much, but cut my stem and then use it to construct a boat. With this, you can be able to travel around in the water. And the man took the cutlass and cut the tree, made a boat with the stem, and then he left. The tree was there, remaining only the roots, and was dying. The man didn't come back again. And finally, the man came one more time. And the tree was still happy. And he said, finally you came. I waited for you all this while. And the man said, you see, I am tired of traveling around, and somewhere along the line, I just needed to see how I can relax in my old age and be comfortable. And now I need, the tree say, hold on. You can see, you've taken my flower, you played with my branches, you cut them off later on, you took my stem, and the only thing left is the root. And I'm dying. The only help I can give you now is to allow you to relax on the dying root. This is the journey of a man. And if you are a man, because the last time I checked, we have male and female gender. If you are of the male gender, you are a man. This is the journey of your life. Now let me put the story in perspective. The tree is your father. You see, the life of a man is not a story for the faint of heart. A man is born one day. He makes his own family. And this is where the journey begins. You as a man will work very hard day and night, sacrificing your own need, your own happiness and everything for your children and your wife. That time that they are small, they will be around you, playing with your flower. They love you. The more they continue to grow, they will come and take the apples, that hard-earned money you have worked. They will take all of them from you. I'm coming. And as they grow up and about to establish, they are going to cut all your branches as a man to be able to stand. And somewhere along the line in future, when they have challenge, they will come and cut your stem. And believe me, it is the legacy you have, which is your root, will be the only thing left. And you see the amazing thing. They won't ask of you. They will not ask of you. They will come and they go. Now, this is the moral of the message. As a man, if you are training your children as a man, I didn't say as a woman. If you are training your children because you believe that when you are old, they will come and help you, you are making a mistake. They are not your business investment. Many of them will not show up. And that is how life is meant to be. You must accept it. Just know that it is your responsibility to do that and wait for the inevitable end. And I want to see some of the father who have built houses, stolen wealth, made riches even on the expense of others. But some of them, in their dying moment, would see that everything you did is useless. I worked for a man, and this very man, we went to dedicate his house somewhere in Uyo. And he was like telling his friends, because the house was very big. He said, this room is for my first son. The other wing is for my second son. The third wing is for my fourth son. And you see this other side is for my visitors. And the man perfectly planned the house. He was a retired worker in SPDC. The money was there. And he was very happy showing us the accomplishment. And then the other young man with us now asked him, why are you still reasoning this way? He was shocked because he thought that we were going to admire him and clap for him. What he did is good, but he needs to face the reality. I'm coming. He told the young man, all these things you have built for your children, where are your children? He said the other one is in America, and the other one is schooling in Switzerland, the other one is in Poland, my only last child is with my wife, they are in Lagos. And for how long have you been in Uyo? He said, well, I'm just here. When I like, I could go and visit them. When they like, they can come and visit me. And the man paused and said, did your father build a house? He said, yes, my father built a house. Plenty. Exactly what he did for us. And he asked the young man, how long did you sleep in your father's house? And the man was like, I can't remember. And he said, so in your mind, you can't even remember when you slept in your father's house last. And you are building all these things. My first son, my second son. You have completed the project. Thank God for you. But if in your tiny mind you think any of these your children are coming to sleep here, think again. They are not coming. So enjoy it while it lasts. They will not even come. You as a man, you are not even on their agenda. Your sons don't take you serious. Only those who are conscious. And so the purpose of this broadcast this morning is first of all to tell you as a man, a father, that you should be ready. Those children may not be there. In fact, it's in their nature not to be there when you need them. And so you are training them because you want them to take care of you when you are old. It is good, but don't expect that they will show off. Most of them will come when they have problem, and when they need to run around the town where you stay. It's in their nature. I'm coming. And then somewhere along the line, you refuse to plan for yourself. A backup plan. When you get to that stage, you will die heartbroken. Now, as a man, it's your responsibility to train your children. Forget about whether they will help you tomorrow or they will not help you. That is why you are a man. And trying to make some insight, revelation on how family run. Because most men die because they don't know this truth. So their own is, let me struggle and train my children in the university once they graduate, and then most of your children, the year they begin to make money will be the year you will die. May God not allow that to be our portion. I need you to listen to me, children, fathers. Most of you, check yourself very well. I can remember the very year God began to bless me, and I was ready to take full care of my mother. When I was ready to do anything for my mother, that was the year she died. And if I sit back and I said, all these years, I worked very hard to take care of my mother, to show her love in return. And now that it's like I have the capacity, she's no more. I'm coming. And so as a father, it is your responsibility. You have to train them. We are not telling you what they told us. We are telling you what they told us in combination with what we have seen happen to others and what we are currently going through. And so as a father, I woke up one day. My first son got admission to Nigerian University. I didn't have the capacity. But what do? I would have allowed him to stay at home till I raised money. But then I knew the truth. And the truth is, if I lose 1 minute, if I lose 10 years, I can never get it back in this life again. If I am 20 years today, by next year, I become 21. Believe me, I can never be 20 years again in my lifetime. That is time, very precious. But if I lose 100 million today, as I have lost already, but you see, I can recover it in tickle of an eye. And so for this reason, I said, I will not bargain with my children's time. I said, move on. Somewhere along the line, God will do it. I continue struggling. Not because I wanted him to become anything so that he take care of me. This is supposed to be the right thing. That is his choice. And this is my choice as a father. While we are struggling to complete that, my second son entered university. He had admission. By the grace of God, very brilliant student. And the burden was still hard. What do? I said, go. We started struggling to meet up. The third year, the third son had admission. And so I had 3 children in the university in Nigeria here at the same time. But what do I actually do? And my friend called me and said, I would advise you, let these ones hold on. And so that you can rest. I said to him, no. If they can pass the exam, I will do my own part. But of course, I have done my job as a father. I have made them understand what is obtainable. One of them called me one day and said, you are trying. I wanted to discourage you. I wanted to do this. I said, but you would not have been able to do that because I already know what is at stake, what is obtainable. He said, no, thank God, when these children are walking, they will take care of you. I say, far be it from it. If that is why I am going through this process to put them in school, and then I've not been true father to them. It's just investment. Nobody invests and want to lose. And I won't look at them from that angle. But I think I equip them well enough. Whatever I am doing is because it's my responsibility. My father just passed away. Will be buried any moment from now. But if I tell you about our relationship and how I have kept that part of making him feel he's a father till the dying moment, it will shock most of you. But then I know that the cross the man carry is a very heavy one. but it is not an iron cross. It is painted in iron color, but it's a wooden cross. And now, as a father listening to this broadcast, don't be tired on investing on your children. Invest on them morals. Invest on them discipline. Invest on them integrity. Invest on them money. Invest on them values. But of course, all of them comes under education. And then you would have lived a very long, successful life. And so in your old age, you will not be waiting for them to graduate and then start helping you. No. Because even most cases, your wife will turn your children against you. I'm just telling you what it takes to be a man. Some of you, after all this sacrifice you have made, your wife will turn your children against you. And that is when you see most children, they want to take care of their mother more than their father. Do you know your offense? Because you try to install these values in them. You show them love only when it is necessary. But your duty is to discipline them. And you know nobody really loves discipline. It causes pain. And they hate you for it. My daddy is very harsh. My daddy is this one. My daddy is that one. And everything you have done is geared towards one end and one end alone. To make sure they become responsible in the nearest future. But they are not going to pay you back. And when luck runs against you, the children at a time will begin to go to their mother. And they will ask their mother, Mommy, I want to buy textbook. Mommy will now come and tell Daddy, your children want to buy textbook. You will take that money and give to Mommy. Mommy will give the money to them. They will thank Mommy. They will not thank you. Understand, that is how life is. You are a man. That is why you are a man. But then what you have to do as a man listening to this program is let everything be transparent. It's a good thing your children tells your wife they want to buy maybe exercise book. And your wife tells you because they are afraid of you. Why are they afraid of you? Are you a murderer? No, because you are doing your job as a father to discipline them. And then your wives give them the money. You as the wife will look at your own discussion by tomorrow. And then the wives tell the children, go and thank your daddy. If you have a wife who is helping you to carry this load, my brother, our men was not known of dying younger. When you see a supportive wife that God gives to you as a man, that is when somebody will say, my father and my mother, they are still alive. One will be 90, the other one will be 78. They are still alive. I have also had a encounter to see such family. The man is very wealthy. I think two of the man's daughter was married to different governor at the same time in the same state. And I went there to do some job for them. And when I arrived there, it's in Eket. I left from Port Harcourt to Eket under the company I work for. When I got there, I saw the woman. They are elderly people anyway. The way they organized their house, the man was pretty older than the woman. In the morning like this, the woman will make sure the maids attend to the man, freshen him up, gives him food. The man is relaxed. Their children are all doing well. And then in the afternoon, like 10 o'clock, they will drive out. And then around 2 o'clock, they will come back. The woman will make sure the man is served fruit salad and other things. and then the woman can go back to her shop, and then the man can go and stroll because he was retired already. And I love that family. The woman was pretty younger. And then maybe 3 years later, I was invited to expand the contract I did with them. And this time, the woman have died. The man was still there. And the man told me, my wife is gone. We need to construct a room, an outlet, where you will put 2 graves. And which we did. Constructed 2 graves. Prepared it very well. The wife was buried in one of them. As I'm speaking to you, the man is still alive. He has prepared his grave. But you see, he's not going to die anytime soon. And I know the man is over 96 years, but he's still there. If he's still there, believe me, his wife played his role well. Now, why am I trying to bring up all these things? The failure we are having in the society today is because men begin to judge these things on the negative aspect, so they will not deliver their duty as men. And any government or system that understands the role you are supposed to play by developing the mindset to bear this burden will replace you. And once they make you not to do that which you are supposed to do, the system will be broken. Your wife can give love to your children, but it takes the man to discipline your children. And little wonder you see many countries today that are called advanced nations. How many marriages are succeeding? Many of the men will end up in jail. Many of the men will end up as drug addicts. Many of the men will die even in the hand of the police. You think Donald Trump does not know what he was saying when he said that the business called marriage should be reviewed? Because most women take advantage of it. Because most systems reward women for destroying the man. But here is the mystery of all things. The people who mind this system are men. How do they think they will escape? And so if you are a son and you are not taking care of your father, don't worry. You will soon become a father. And that thing you are doing to your father, your own children will do it to you. That is the circle of life. And then if you are a wife and you are teaching your children to hate their father, don't worry. We shall talk about you tomorrow. Because the moment those your children marry, you will become a winch to all his own. We all have the cross to carry. That is how nature has made it. But in the midst of these challenges, as a man, to be a man is not a day job. You must consider that you have lost everything. And if you are losing everything, you must invest the gain on those things that will speak of you when you are gone. Relax, you are a man. You do not pamper and deceive your children, thinking they will respect you. You do not keep the truth from them, thinking so they can support you. You spoil the rod. You spare the rod. You spoil the child. That is why today you come into some society, into some community, the children will never go against their father, even when their father is wrong. Let me tell you something before we end. I know not all of you will understand, but I'm only asking you as a man. Be strong as a man and do your job as a man without putting the reward you visage to get in the future ahead of you. But it's your responsibility. You must take care of your wife. You must take care of your children. But you must let them know the consequences of what they are doing. Because in the end, he says, honor your father and your mother. That is the first promise of God in the Bible that is attached with blessing. And your days will be long. Where I come from, When my father offends me, for instance, and we are summoned before the elder, the community, to discuss about it, even though my father is wrong, they will never say he is wrong. Do you know what the community will do? They will ask me, what really happened? I will explain. And when I finish explaining, they may not even ask my father what happened. The next thing they will do is the whole elder will descend on me as the child. One will stand up and say, you are a very stubborn child. Why would you? They will harass you. They will attack you. They will humble you. And then after which, they will say, stand aside, stand aside. And then they will face your father. They will give him the torture of his life. Because they cannot fault my father in my presence. And that is when, in most cases, when you have misunderstanding with your father, and then your father comes back and pretend, after having a long quarrel, you come, go get out here, take this 500 and go and buy something. This is your father. He knows he is wrong. He will not apologize. I'm talking to the youth of the next generation. Because if you are living like a scalawa, you don't have respect for your father, everything he knows will not be passed on to you. And now, to bring this discussion to an end today, let me ask you, do you know in those days, when fathers want to die, they don't die like fowl? Have you noticed that before now, father and mother, parents know when to die? Your father will wake up one day. He will say, gather my children. Gather all of them. And the children will gather. And they will give them message. Why is it today nobody is gathering children? Because when a father is sick, he don't trust his children. Even when he's dying, he's trying to be strong. Because before he close eye, I don't sell him property finish. I don't know if you understand. And there is something he would have told you that is bigger than that property you are planning to sell when he dies. Some of you are eagerly wishing your father to die so you can sell property. My brother, if you are a man, your children will wish you the same thing. And after, we will attribute it to witches or wizards. But we are the one that have offset the balance. It is applicable in every area of life. In those days, when fathers want to die, they know. Some of them will refuse to die until they see their first son. Today, how many of you witness it? When my mother was dying, she refused to die. I was in a conference in Lagos. They said she has been on a coma almost 1 week. But I'm not allowed to leave the conference. While they tried to resuscitate her in the hospital, she went into coma. And the moment the convention ended, I rushed down to the hospital, General Hospital in Aberdeen. And the moment I entered the hospital, I touched her. I said, Mama, Mama. And the next thing was, my son, you are here. I say, yes. He said, What she told me, I will not tell you. But you know what? Everybody in the hospital there started crying. In that ward, they started crying. And the people said, who is this man? Who is this man? They say, it's the son they have been waiting for. I was not a threat to them. The same was applicable when my father died. But when he asked for me, I was still not available. But the message was still passed on. Because God has a way of doing things. But these days, how does our father die? Without their landed or property document. Do you think you really know your father? There are secrets a lot of your father has gone with the grave, which would have been of help to you. But you are a son. You remember the harshness of your father. You remember how he yelled on you to pay your school fees. But you don't know whether he really have the money or not. You can only remember the bad harassment. But you will soon become a father. And then you will understand what it takes to be a father. The earlier you prepare this foundation and know the truth, the better for you. There is an adage in my place that the pig was asking the mother, "Why is your nose like this?" The mother of the pig said to the young pig, "Don't worry. By the time you get to my age, you will know why my nose is like that. You will know how many rock, how many mud, how many grass I have excavated with this nose to feed you." My son, men, respect your fathers. It's a tradition. We have sweet mother, we don't hear sweet father. You need to see Women's Day, men will spend. Men's Day, men will spend. My brother, go and take care of your father. Be close to them if you still have one. Some of them can be very scalawa. But believe me, if you see your father as a scalawa, know that 90% of who you are is a scalawa. Because good water cannot come from bad source. And bad water cannot come from good source. Somewhere along the line, both of you are meant to complement each other. You are original version of yourself, and he is the original version of himself. And he can't be you, you can't be him. Yet you are separable, inseparable. And that is why your ancestors don't answer your prayers anymore. Who is your ancestors? When your father died, he joined his father, who have joined his father, and who have joined his father, and his father, and his father. If you keep this record straight, all of them will back you up. But if you let anybody deceive you, they are dead, nothing like ancestors. But we pray for St. Peter, St. Paul, St. Columbus. They are dead. It's good to pray for them. But your own ancestors, it's not good to pray for them. And then it's an issue. And finally, how can your father, who died because of your heartbreak, ever support you? There is a lot for us to learn, but I will not exceed this time. I know most of you begin to wonder, what is he trying to say? I'm talking to men. Men look after men to deliver our duty as men here on earth. Your responsibility is your family. Whether you are a boy, or you are an old man, or you are grandpa, man is man. It's either you are the receiving end or you are the giving end. In either case, the cycle of life must continue. This is where I will end this very discussion. Tomorrow morning, by the grace of God, we will look at the cross women also carry. And you see, for some reason, I am taking it bit by bit. By the grace of God, once our studio is ready, some of these things were the things I wanted to be teaching our people in Back to Your Roots. But for some reason, we have issues we are addressing. But that does not mean we will not deliver what we are supposed to do. We shall. And for men again, I say, to be a man is not a day job. Be proud you are a man. Whether it looks like you are failing, it looks like you have succeeded, be proud you are a man. And believe me, you cannot fail. Have a nice day. You can drop your question on the comment section. But if you feel otherwise, it's okay. I'm George Onyibi, and I sign off from here.